How Do I Love Thee? This is a love sonnet by Elizabeth Browning. The theme of this poetry is a true love of Elizabeth Browning toward her husband. From the first line up to the end of the line, she tells the audience how deeply her love goes, either when she was still alive or in the afterlife. Her love will always be eternal to her beloved. The type of the poetry is sonnet, especially it is Italian sonnet, which consists of an octave. The sonnet has 14 lines, the first 8 being the octave, and the final 6 the sextet. The poem is metrical pattern, is an iambic pentameter. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the death, and dread, and hate. My soul can reach when feeling on of sight. For the ends of being and ideal grace, the rhyme sing in the first stanza is A, B, B, A. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. In line 1, the poet defines her intense feeling, the ways in which love can be expressed. She says, let me count the ways now. The poet is going to mention just how much she loves her husband. I love thee to the death, and breed, and hate. In this line telling us that her love knows no boundaries, that nothing can measure it. She describes her love as being a never end. My soul can reach when feeling out of sight. Here, she is basically saying that she loves her husband unendingly, and this is actually a metaphor because she is comparing her love for this person. For the ends of being an ideal grace, the poet is saying here that when Dewi lives and the poet will love her beloved, even after death, she has an immortal love, and it will be never die.
I love thee to the level of everydays, most quiet need by suns and candlelight. I love thee freely, as when strive for right. I love thee purely, as they throng for prize. I love thee with the patient Putu in my own grave and with my childhood's fight. The rhyme scheme A, B, B, A, C, D. In line 5, I love thee to the level of everydays. In this line, she says that she loves her beloved in ordinary everyday in her life. In line 6, most quiet need by suns and candlelight. In this section of the poem, the poet tells us just how much she loves this person. She says that she loves her beloved in ordinary everyday life. She continues with her passionate need to differentiate the many ways her love for her husband manifests. In line 6, she clearly tells the reader that be it day or night, her love fills those quiet moments, those daily silences that occur between two people living together. She then says by suns and candlelight, suns representing the daytime and candlelight representing the nighttime. Here the poet gives us imagery, an image of the daytime and an image of the nighttime. She says that she loves the person wherever it's in the day or in the night, basically all the time. In line 7, I love thee freely as a man strives for right. Here, she loves this person in the same way that people strive to do what is good and what is right. They try to be good people. This is an example of simile because she compares her love to the good nature of people. In line 8, I love thee purely as they turn from price. We see another example of simile in line 8. Here she says that she loves the person purely, she loves them in the same way that people strive to be humble and turn from price in order to remain humble. Basically, her love is given freely, which means no strings attached, and her love for the person is pure. Next, we also see an example of alliteration. The poet says purely, praise, and this emphasizes the poet's pure intention and love for this person. Well, let's move on to the next section of this book. In line 9 and 10, she says, I love thee with the passion put to use in my own grief and with my childhood's faith. In this line means she is taking the feelings that she has about something negative, old griefs, and compares it to the feelings that she has for this person. Old griefs in this sense is anything that a person passionately hates, they despise if they cannot stand it. And here, she is telling her beloved that she loves him with the same intensity and passion that she has for those things that she hates. Basically, she's saying that she takes all of the energy for anything either good or bad and she put it into her love for this person. In line 10, the poet says, and with my childhood's faith. Here she says that she loves this person with the same intense passion and faith that she had as a child. Everyone knows that children's faith is usually steadfast and they truly believe without a doubt. The poet says that she has that same amount of love for her beloved. So that means she's saying that she loves this person with all of her energy. This line also used imagery in the words in my old grief and with my childhood faith.
I love thee with a love I seem to lose. With my lost saints, I love thee with the breath, smiles, tears, all of my life. And if God choose, I shall, but love thee better after death. The rhyme scheme of this 4 line is CD. The first analysis. I love thee with a love I seem to lose with my lost saints. In this line, we can find an anaphor or the repetition of phrase I love thee that has been repeated several times throughout the poem. The 4 last stanza is started by mentioning her loss of saints that refer to all of those people she once loved and adored in her life, but she eventually lost. The next line, I love thee with the breath, smiles, tears of all my life. This line constitutes an imagery. She describes the way she loves her husband with all she has in her life by using dictions like breath, smiles, and tears. This imagery is used to prompt the listeners in order to have the same picture as Elizabeth's feeling. The next analysis. And if God choose, I shall, but love thee better after death. In the last line of this poem, Elizabeth admits her love will always be eternal even in the afterlife. She will keep loving her husband like it's supposed to be.
not only will love him well into eternity, but she will love him even better than she does in the present. Her love will continue to grow as time passes by, regardless of whether or not they are still alive. Her love for her husband is so strong that not even death could destroy it. Let's move to the conclusions. From all the analysis that has been explained above, we can conclude that this poem is a kind of sonnet, specifically an Italian sonnet. The meter of this poem is iambic pentameter, and the rhyme scheme is ABBA, ABBA, CD, CD, CD. This poem uses so much figurative language such as alliterations, assonance, anaphor, imagery, simile, metaphor, and hyperbole. The overall theme of this poem is a solid love of the speaker toward her beloved husband. She wants to convey her feelings to her husband. She tries to list the different ways in which she loves him. Her love seems to be eternal and to exist everywhere, and she intends to continue loving him even after her own death, if God lets her.